You're sleeping, walking, or just stretching. When a leg cramp strikes, tight, sudden, and painful. Ever wondered why it happens? A lot of people think it's just dehydration or overuse, but the truth is deeper than that. In seniors, leg cramps are often linked to subtle and long-term nutrient deficiencies, not just physical strain. Muscles need a precise balance of magnesium, potassium, calcium, and more to contract and relax properly. Even minor imbalances in these electrolytes can disrupt nerve signals and cause cramps. Beyond the basics, nutrients like vitamin B6, phosphorus, and healthy fats support nerve health and prevent misfiring that leads to spasms. Supplements are common, but they're not always well absorbed. Food sources, especially nuts, offer more bioavailable options. Certain nuts provide targeted support for muscles, nerves, and hydration, making them a smart snack with a therapeutic edge. In fact, a 2020 Journal of Clinical Medicine study found that adults with higher magnesium intake had significantly fewer nighttime cramps. This video will show you 7 nuts that can support your muscle and nerve function with exact nutrient details, tips, and what to avoid. So think about it. Do your snack choices support your muscles? We'll start with Brazil nuts, rich in magnesium and selenium, offer powerful support for both nerves and muscle repair. Brazil nuts might not be the first snack that comes to mind when thinking about muscle cramps, but they are a powerhouse for nerve and muscle function. Each ounce contains around 107 milligrams of magnesium, which is significantly higher than what most other nuts provide. Magnesium is essential because it helps regulate muscle contractions by acting as a natural calcium blocker. When calcium floods muscle cells without enough magnesium to counterbalance it, cramps can occur more frequently and with greater intensity. What truly sets Brazil nuts apart is their selenium content. Just 1 or 2 nuts can exceed 700% of your daily selenium needs, which is rare among natural food sources. While selenium is often mentioned for thyroid support, its role goes much deeper. It's necessary for producing glutathione peroxidase, a critical enzyme that protects muscle cells from oxidative stress. Without enough selenium, cells can become more vulnerable to micro tears and inflammation during basic movement. Research has also shown that selenium deficiency in older adults is linked to slower nerve conduction and increased pain sensitivity. Together, magnesium and selenium in Brazil nuts support nerve signal balance, reduce muscle fatigue, and protect tissues from damage. But their potency also means they need to be eaten with care. Going beyond 2 to 3 nuts daily may cause selenium toxicity, which can mimic the symptoms of nerve problems, including tingling, fatigue, or even hair loss. It's a classic case of more not always being better, especially when a tiny amount already gives such a strong effect. Preparation also matters. Roasted Brazil nuts tend to lose about 15% of their magnesium content, especially when exposed to high temperatures for extended periods. Lightly soaking or eating them raw helps preserve their nutrient profile and improves mineral absorption by breaking down phytic acid. This is especially helpful for older adults whose digestive efficiency for minerals may already be lower than average. Many diets, especially those low in seafood, eggs, or organ meats, can fall short on selenium without people realizing it. Brazil nuts fill that gap quickly, but it only works if you're tracking what you're already getting. How often do you think about selenium in your daily meals, especially if your plate rarely includes fish or liver? The next nut may not have the same spotlight, but pistachios bring something equally critical to the table. With their high potassium and vitamin B6 content, they offer real-time support for stabilizing nerve impulses and reducing muscle misfires. Pistachios are often treated like just a snack, but their nutritional makeup places them much closer to functional food status, especially when it comes to muscle health. Each ounce of pistachios provides roughly 290 milligrams of potassium, which plays a crucial role in maintaining the sodium-potassium balance inside muscle fibers. When this ratio tips too far in either direction, nerve signals can become erratic, and muscles may contract when they should be relaxing. This imbalance is one of the most direct causes of spontaneous cramping, particularly during sleep or after physical activity. Beyond potassium, pistachios are rich in vitamin B6, a cofactor involved in converting amino acids into neurotransmitters. These include serotonin and gamma-aminobutyric acid, better known as GABA. Both of these compounds help regulate the excitability of nerve cells and reduce unnecessary or prolonged firing. Without enough B6, the body struggles to calm these signals, which can increase the likelihood of cramping during periods of rest. Older adults are often at risk of mild B6 deficiency due to changes in digestion and medication use, which can quietly contribute to chronic discomfort without obvious warning signs. What makes pistachios even more unique is their content of gamma-tocopherol, a less talked about but highly bioactive form of vitamin E. This antioxidant has been shown to help reduce inflammation around peripheral nerves, the smaller nerve branches that control muscle movement in the arms and legs. Unlike the alpha-tocopherol form often found in supplements, gamma-tocopherol works differently by trapping reactive nitrogen species that can otherwise impair nerve signaling. A 2022 review in Nutritional Neuroscience highlighted how combinations of B6, potassium, and antioxidants were associated with lower rates of nighttime cramps in aging populations. However, not all pistachios offer the same benefit. Salted varieties, especially those heavily roasted or prepackaged, can introduce high levels of sodium that may interfere with potassium's balancing role. In people with kidney function concerns or high blood pressure, added sodium may lead to fluid retention, swelling, and increased nerve compression. That's why lightly salted or raw pistachios are a better choice when the goal is functional relief rather than just flavor. When you reach for a potassium-rich snack, do you think about what else is on your plate at the same time? How often does sodium sneak into your diet in ways you're not tracking, especially through processed snacks that might seem healthy on the surface? There's more to this story. Walnuts are next, and they bring something powerful to the table: omega-3s that calm inflammation, improve nerve insulation, and support better blood flow to your extremities. Walnuts do more than just support brain health. They deliver direct benefits to the blood vessels and nerves that influence muscle function. Each ounce provides about 2.5 grams of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that helps blood vessels stay flexible. This flexibility matters because when blood flow is restricted, oxygen delivery drops, and that can lead to localized muscle fatigue and cramping. Reduced oxygen availability has been identified as one of the key triggers in nocturnal leg cramps, especially in older adults with compromised circulation. Walnuts also contain significant amounts of copper and manganese, which are trace minerals essential for nerve insulation and tissue repair. These minerals contribute to the formation and maintenance of the myelin sheath, the protective layer around nerves that ensures signal clarity and speed. When copper levels are too low, early signs can mirror symptoms of nerve degeneration, including tingling or misfiring in the legs. This kind of deficiency is often overlooked, but can have major effects on neuromuscular coordination, particularly during activity or rest when nerve signals need to be clear and efficient. In one controlled study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who ate walnuts daily for 6 weeks showed improved blood vessel function and lower levels of systemic inflammation. These benefits are not only useful for heart health, but also for muscle oxygenation and nerve stability. Chronic inflammation contributes to stiffness in both vessels and nerves, raising the chance of irregular muscle contractions. The omega-3 content in walnuts contributes to anti-inflammatory pathways in the body. supporting both cardiovascular and neuromuscular systems at the same time. Beyond their internal benefits, the way you store and prepare walnuts can influence how well they work for your health. Polyunsaturated fats like those in walnuts are sensitive to heat and oxidation. Over-roasting them or keeping them at room temperature for long periods can degrade these oils and reduce their effectiveness. Refrigerating walnuts in airtight containers helps preserve their nutritional value, especially their omega-3 content and antioxidant compounds. So ask yourself this: when addressing muscle cramps, have you thought about how poor circulation or frayed nerve insulation could be part of the issue? These underlying factors often go unnoticed, but play a central role in how muscles respond to everyday activity. Do not skip the video because almonds are coming up next, and they hold a completely different, yet equally important role. Their combined calcium and magnesium content works in synergy to regulate muscle contraction and ease tension, reducing the kind of spasms that disrupt your rest or mobility. Almonds are a powerhouse when it comes to supporting muscle function, particularly in managing and preventing leg cramps. Each ounce of almonds provides about 76 milligrams of magnesium, a mineral critical for muscle relaxation. Magnesium works in tandem with calcium, and almonds also supply a unique source of plant-based calcium, with around 75 milligrams per ounce. Calcium isn't just a mineral for bone health. It plays a crucial role in muscle contraction. It helps muscle fibers bind with actin and myosin to produce a contraction. But for that to happen correctly, there needs to be a delicate balance between calcium and magnesium. If this balance is off, abnormal muscle contractions are more likely to occur, which could result in painful cramps. Almonds also provide vitamin E, an antioxidant that supports the integrity of muscle cell membranes, particularly important for older adults. As we age, our muscles tend to lose some of their ability to recover post-exercise, and that's where vitamin E comes in. It helps maintain the stability of the muscle cell membrane, ensuring that the cells can function optimally and recover more efficiently after activity. This is crucial because as muscle cells become less stable, it increases the likelihood of cramps during or after physical activity. Another great benefit of almonds is their ability to enhance the bioavailability of certain minerals. Soaking almonds for about 6 to 8 hours activates enzymes that reduce the phytic acid content. Phytic acid can block the absorption of important minerals like magnesium and zinc, which are both essential for neuromuscular function and controlling muscle spasms. Soaking helps ensure that your body can absorb and use these minerals effectively. However, not all almond products are created equal. Processed almond snacks, especially those that are honey roasted or chocolate coated, often contain added sugars and oils that can negate the health benefits of the almonds. These added ingredients might interfere with the balance of nutrients that almonds provide and even contribute to the inflammation that can worsen muscle cramps. So, when thinking about how you treat magnesium and calcium in your diet, do you consider them together or do you separate them? Understanding their interconnected roles in muscle function can help you make better food choices and optimize your ability to prevent cramps. Moving on, next we have cashews, which bring a whole new benefit to the table. They're not just great for muscle health, but also help prevent cramping due to mitochondrial fatigue. Their contribution to energy production and cell function is essential for sustaining your muscles through longer activities. Cashews are a fantastic source of magnesium, providing about 83 milligrams per ounce, and they also deliver notable levels of iron and zinc. This powerful combination supports muscle relaxation and plays a crucial role in mitochondrial energy production, which is responsible for powering each muscle contraction. Mitochondria are the energy factories of our cells, and without the right nutrients, their ability to function efficiently diminishes, which can contribute to muscle fatigue and cramping. Magnesium helps relax the muscles after contraction, while iron and zinc work together to ensure your body can continue producing energy efficiently. Iron deficiency is a surprisingly common issue, particularly in older adults, especially women, as absorption tends to decrease with age. Cashews offer an excellent plant-based source of iron, which is more easily digested than iron from red meat, making them an accessible and beneficial option for many seniors. Low iron levels can lead to fatigue and reduced energy, which could indirectly contribute to muscle cramps, especially during or after physical activity. By including cashews in your diet, you're addressing a potential energy gap that might be hindering muscle function. Zinc is another vital mineral found in cashews, and it plays a critical role in nerve health. It aids in the repair of nerve endings and helps balance acetylcholine levels, which is a neurotransmitter essential for muscle movement. If acetylcholine levels are out of balance, it can result in inefficient signaling, leading to muscle spasms and cramps. With its zinc content, cashews help support the communication between nerves and muscles, ensuring more efficient and synchronized muscle contractions. One of the advantages of cashews over some other nuts is that they are relatively low in fiber. This makes them more tolerable for individuals with sensitive digestion or slower gastrointestinal motility, a common issue among seniors. High fiber nuts can sometimes lead to digestive discomfort, but cashews offer a gentler option for those who struggle with digestion. For those looking for an effective snack to prevent cramps, a blend of cashew cream and Greek yogurt can offer a great combination of protein and electrolytes. This synergy can help maintain proper muscle function and hydration, which are key factors in preventing leg cramps. When you think about leg cramps, have you ever considered whether your energy levels or mitochondrial function might be playing a hidden role? Ensuring that your body has the energy to perform muscle contractions is just as important as the minerals that regulate those contractions. Stay tuned, because next up we have pecans, which provide a crucial connection to ATP synthesis, the very energy that powers every muscle movement. Pecans' role in ATP production could be the missing link in your cramp prevention strategy. Pecans are often thought of as a holiday treat or dessert topping, but they actually deserve a serious place in your everyday diet if you're dealing with muscle cramps. What makes pecans so valuable is their nutrient profile that directly supports ATP production, the very molecule your muscles rely on for both contraction and relaxation. Without enough ATP, even the best hydration or electrolyte balance may fall short. Cramping can happen when your muscle cells are low on energy, not just minerals. Each ounce of pecans delivers around 79 milligrams of magnesium, 116 milligrams of potassium, and a significant 277 milligrams of phosphorus. This combination supports every phase of muscle activity. Magnesium is needed as a cofactor for over 300 enzyme processes, including those responsible for ATP synthesis. Phosphorus is actually part of the ATP molecule itself. Without it, your body cannot generate or recycle energy efficiently. Potassium helps stabilize the electrical charge inside your muscle and nerve cells, keeping their signals smooth and synchronized. Phosphorus deficiency is often overlooked in cramping discussions, but it plays a direct role in ATP creation and lactic acid buffering. Without enough phosphorus, even well-nourished muscles may begin to spasm or tighten from internal acidity and energy shortfall. That's why cramps sometimes happen during sleep or after mild movement. It's not always an electrolyte issue. Could your cramps be more about energy production failure than a hydration problem? Pecans also contain a polyphenol called ellagic acid, known for its ability to reduce oxidative damage to mitochondria. A study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience showed that ellagic acid supports mitochondrial health by reducing reactive oxygen species and preserving cellular efficiency. Mitochondria play a dual role in muscles. They generate energy and also regulate calcium movement. When they start malfunctioning from oxidative damage, ATP output drops and calcium becomes poorly managed. This can lead to twitching, cramping, or that heavy leg sensation. There's also a decent amount of thiamine in pecans, a B vitamin that converts carbs into usable energy. A thiamine deficiency can slow nerve conduction and affect how muscles respond to movement. It's more common than most think, especially in people with digestive issues, alcohol intake, or low-quality diets. Do you ever feel fatigue mixed with cramping? It might not be a muscle issue. It might be inefficient carbohydrate breakdown at the root. Another powerful advantage of pecans is their fiber content, which promotes microbiome balance. A healthy gut microbiome improves nutrient absorption, especially for magnesium and B vitamins. If you're eating well but your gut is inflamed or out of balance, you might not be absorbing the nutrients that prevent cramps. Have you ever considered that your gut health might be the hidden cause of your muscle symptoms? To get the most out of pecans, eat them in their raw or dry roasted form. Avoid sugar-coated, honey-glazed, or salted varieties. These not only mask the nut's natural health benefits, but may interfere with magnesium and potassium balance. Added sugars spike insulin, which in turn causes shifts in your body's electrolyte regulation. Many people snack on pecans thinking they're doing something healthy, but if those nuts are loaded with refined oils and sugar, the benefit could be completely erased. Are your current snacks really supporting your muscle health, or could they be silently worsening inflammation? To maximize absorption, pair pecans with a source of protein or a probiotic-rich food. For example, mixing chopped pecans into Greek yogurt or kefir not only enhances taste, but also supports digestive enzyme activity and micronutrient uptake. You could also sprinkle them over a spinach salad or oatmeal, ideally with a pinch of cinnamon for added anti-inflammatory effect. As for quantity, about 1 to 1.5 ounces per day is a smart and safe range for most adults. That's around 15 to 20 pecan halves. This provides a solid dose of key minerals without overloading on calories or fats. Since pecans are calorie-dense, moderation matters, especially if you're watching your weight or combining them with other nuts. If you're using pecans as your primary nut source for muscle support, aim for consistency. Daily intake is more beneficial than occasional snacking. Also, because pecans contain polyunsaturated fats that are sensitive to light and air, it's best to store them in the fridge in an airtight glass container. This helps prevent rancidity and preserves the quality of those fats that protect nerve function and reduce systemic inflammation. Have you checked how your nuts are stored? If they've gone rancid, they may be introducing free radicals into your system instead of preventing them. Pecans also support peripheral circulation, thanks to their nitric oxide-enhancing compounds. Poor blood flow is another silent factor behind nighttime leg cramps, especially in people with metabolic or vascular concerns. Better circulation means better oxygen delivery, faster waste removal, and more reliable nerve-muscle communication. Could your circulation be the missing piece in your cramp puzzle? So, while pecans might not carry the fame of bananas or spinach when it comes to cramp relief, they deliver a unique combination of cellular energy, antioxidant protection, mineral support, and digestive synergy. They work at a deeper level, supporting not just muscle comfort, but also energy flow and nerve health, which is why they're worth including regularly in a muscle-focused diet. Next, we will finish with hazelnuts. They bring something unique to the lineup, a rich profile of neuroprotective nutrients that sharpen nerve signal quality and may even strengthen muscle memory patterns that help reduce reflexive overcontraction during rest or exertion. Hazelnuts may not be the first nut people think of when it comes to muscle health, but their impact on neuromuscular communication makes them incredibly important for anyone struggling with recurring cramps. They bring together folate, magnesium, and vitamin E in a way that directly supports both the muscular system and the nervous system. These nutrients are not just working separately, They interact with each other to improve how your brain signals your muscles and how your muscles respond. That connection is the key to reducing cramps at their root. Folate plays a foundational role in keeping motor neurons healthy. These are the very nerves that carry messages from your brain and spinal cord to your muscles. Without enough folate, those signals can become slow, incomplete, or even fail to reach their target on time. Research has shown that folate is crucial not just for general brain health, but for neurogenesis, the formation of new neurons, which becomes increasingly important with age as cellular regeneration naturally slows down. Are you getting enough folate to keep your nerve pathways sharp and responsive? Magnesium in hazelnuts supports the muscles directly, particularly during the relaxation phase of a contraction cycle. Low magnesium has long been associated with muscle twitches, spasms, and poor recovery after physical activity. The form of magnesium in hazelnuts is more bioavailable than in many processed foods, especially when the nuts are consumed raw or lightly roasted. Magnesium also helps regulate calcium uptake, making sure that your muscle fibers are not overexcited. Could your calcium supplements be working against you if they're not balanced with enough magnesium? Then there's vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that specifically protects the myelin sheath, the fatty layer that surrounds your nerves. When the myelin sheath is damaged or begins to break down, nerve signals can become erratic. This is one reason why even people with good muscle mass and hydration still experience cramps. They're not supporting their nerve insulation. In aging populations, this becomes even more critical. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging showed that older adults with higher levels of vitamin E performed better in balance tests and had a lower risk of falls. That improved balance was linked not to muscle strength alone, but to faster and more accurate nerve response. Are you thinking about muscle cramping only as a physical issue, or are you addressing the neurological side too? Another interesting function of hazelnuts lies in their support of serotonin production. This is partially due to vitamin B6, which acts as a coenzyme in neurotransmitter synthesis. Serotonin is not only linked to mood regulation, it also influences your sleep cycle and muscle recovery. Poor sleep is a known trigger for increased cramping in older adults and athletes. When serotonin levels drop, the body struggles to cycle through the deep stages of sleep, including those that are key for muscle tissue repair. Have you connected your nighttime cramping episodes with sleep quality yet? To get the most benefit from hazelnuts, they should be eaten raw or dry roasted without added oils or sweeteners. You can add them to oatmeal, yogurt, or finely chopped into salads. If you want to support better nerve health, pairing them with foods rich in omega-3s, like flaxseed or wild-caught salmon, can amplify their neuroprotective benefits. Since hazelnuts are rich in monounsaturated fats, they can go rancid if stored improperly. Always keep them in dark, airtight containers, and refrigerate if storing for more than a few weeks. Oxidation not only damages their oils, but can reduce the effectiveness of vitamin E. Have you checked your nut storage lately? Even a well-chosen food loses its value when not stored correctly. In terms of daily intake, a handful of hazelnuts, around 1 ounce or 15 to 20 whole nuts, is a practical target for most people. This gives you a meaningful dose of magnesium and vitamin E without overwhelming your calorie budget. Consistency matters more than quantity. Adding hazelnuts just a few days a week is not enough if you're hoping to rebuild nerve integrity or improve neuromuscular response. The nervous system needs regular, stable support, especially when dealing with chronic cramping. So while hydration and stretching routines matter, the nutrients supporting your nerve signals may be even more critical. Hazelnuts offer a dense, bioactive way to target that exact link between brain and muscle. Are you supporting your nerves as much as your muscles? If this helped you think differently about your muscle health, give it a like, Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more science-backed solutions that go deeper than surface advice.